Come on, Mike side.
Oh.
Y'all,
Mm-hmm.
are you awake, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your John,
This is Kiana.
and this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka that.
See that?
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool.
It is Freestyle
Yes,
Friday,
it is.
right?
Yes, it is.
All
Yes,
right.
it
And
is.
you know what's on my mind?
What's on your mind?
Okay, so top is, it's still people season where
Mm-hmm.
and thank you. I've never seen it yet, so thank you.
Okay, awesome, awesome.
But
Another
we
thing that you
have
said, send the
they
kid.
can keep on sending.
Yeah, yeah.
Send the stars.
There you go.
That's the stars for everyone.
King Jack,
Right?
King Jack.
King Jab in the building. And
Yeah.
we have a new,
Okay,
I say a brand new,
okay,
old to doing the job,
okay,
but new to the position.
okay. I like it. I like it.
You
I like
like
it.
it?
I like it.
Brother Muhammad, your brother John is our
Yeah,
new official District 7 representative.
yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, y'all. So I'm still trying to work through this voice, so y'all just bear with me. But I'm telling you, Renee Flowers, I am on the therapy doing vitamin C.
Okay.
Carla Bristol bought me a big jug of a concoction.
Okay.
And
Ain't got no name. It's
this
just
is concoction because that's what it was, and it got me through. It got me through. She bought me some soup, some yum tum soup. I mean, they was like I'm talking about deliveries coming by the house, like making sure that I was able to stand up.
Ooh.
But then after I stood up and it was over,
Oh, it was time to go now.
everything crashed.
So I
man.
have a
So,
question for you, right?
yeah,
Because I know how uncomfortable it is for you to receive all this love and
yeah.
like
Oh, I
support.
take the love.
Right.
It's when they go to trying to give you the big head,
Right, right.
I receive love. I love being
No, I know
loved.
the love. I
Yeah,
said it
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Ooh. But for people to sit and like really talk about you, but you
Yeah.
needed this, right?
Yeah,
Because the
yeah,
world needs to see like Saint Pete needs to like
yeah.
hear other people
Right,
like
right.
say it, not just in the circles, just out loud. So how do you feel now that like you see like all the support, like it's real, real.
It's real, real. Man, so let's do this. Let me just start by saying thank you
Hmm.
to everybody. And I mean everybody who supported, the push, those who supported the work over the years, because that's what we were able to stand on. I want to thank my wife because she used the one that greenlit this thing and kind of started the dominoes to falling. And so I'm just really grateful to her and my family for the sacrifices. I can't stay on that topic too long.
Hmm.
I break down.
You
But
see that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I want to really thank them, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, just for the sacrifices that they made over the years so that I
Mhm.
can be your brother John in a
Right.
real way. I also want to thank Carla Bristol, man. Carla B has been phenomenal, man. Carla B.
No, wait,
Carla
wait.
B.
No, she
Yeah,
called
yeah,
me
yeah,
the other
yeah.
day and we made this official that when we talk about Carla B,
It's
we're gonna say the one
one
and
and only
only Carla
Carla
B.
B. Okay, so
Okay.
y'all a quick story. So when they got the city hall, when you was dropping off the application, right?
right.
After you dropped off the application, call me in my car and say, "Yeah, I've been sitting on for about an hour and a half waiting." No,
Yeah,
I knew it was real.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it was. It was. So I'll tell you that story. So she hit me up. She was on me. You got the paperwork off yet? You turned the stuff in yet? You turned it in yet? And so I was like, okay, Carla B, I'm on my way. But I was actually on my way to a meeting, and then I was gonna take it after the meeting. But I guess when I said I'm on my way, she thought I was on my way, like literally on my way. Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what that
yeah.
called. You know what
I know what it's called.
okay.
I know what it is.
Okay.
But I didn't know at the time. I didn't know she was going to be there.
Yeah.
But that's another one of the ways that she's just been showing up. You know
For
what I'm
real, I
saying?
said, "Ooh,
Like she
I
was
knew it
there.
was real."
So you know what I like that what I've seen in this situation is that everybody did 100% of what they could do.
Yeah. So speaking of that, my next thank you is Renee Flowers.
Ooh,
Sister
round
Renee.
four.
Oh, man. Yeah. Gee, but Sister Renee, if you're watching this, I want to let you know I appreciate you. I'm so grateful for her
Mhm.
and just the way that she showed up for your little brother, man. It's been amazing. Like she's been an angel. You know what I'm saying? Just from in so many ways. Like she's sending me home remedies too. But I think you know how you have relationships with people, but you don't really have experiences like really
Right.
like what we experienced together over these last 2.5 weeks. This is what I told her. I said, there's this quote that says, when, how does it go? They say, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Hmm.
We always look at that as the negative aspect of it.
Right.
But in this moment, she showed me who she was. And
Hmm.
she was riding for me in a way that I couldn't imagine, man. And so I really, really appreciate her. I'm thankful for her. Deborah Fix Sanders, she showed up for me in a big way. It was so many people, man, and that's when you get in trouble, right? Because I'm trying to name names, but those three, my wife and the whole home team, right? I gotta say them, Carla B and Renee Flowers. I gotta say their names. Y'all know I'm saying y'all names.
I know we don't hold this up. We like I want to tell you, and I was sitting up here, shit. But no, when I think of your home team,
Yeah,
I think like your immediate family.
yeah,
Then I put us into your home
yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah,
Like yeah,
yeah.
this
This
is
is
all,
all home team.
this is all home team.
Oh,
And so yeah,
oh, you got your car. You so used to hide behind us, now we hide behind you. That's all.
that's all it is, man. And so I definitely appreciate it. And then we live and we on the air, by the way. And your microphone is hot. So good morning. And I see you got your jacket on. You ready to go.
So I will tell you this, even though we got a new
I think that's mine.
Here you go, my brother.
elected official in the
Oh, he
building,
said, we live. You might be live.
even though we got a new elected official,
Yep.
some stuff never changes.
Yeah.
Right?
What they say, if you gotta be you, if you can't be you and do it, then it ain't you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what I'm gonna say, Dad, because we got Jabbar over there, right?
Who? Mr. Edmund, one and only.
Mr.
You want to know
Edmund
Mr. Hill?
is over here, so this is boom. I need you to give him your headset,
I
unfortunately.
got you.
So they
Yeah.
Who?
You gotta stop out the head.
I'm gonna be live. Right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yo, yeah, he
Calm me down.
he said headphones coming down. Yeah, because he come in hot. But yes, but again, I'm just
Go ahead.
yeah, as we saying thank you and saying our gratitude. I want to also thank the members of my mom because they came through and showed up for me too. So the brothers and sisters of Muhammad 95 were present. Um, I'm grateful to them for showing up and being there with me. Also, everybody who wrote a letter,
Yes.
everybody who sent in a letter or email,
It matters.
you think that stuff don't matter,
It matters.
but it mattered in such a real way.
Your voice matters.
And I was able to lean on and point to the letters that we received from the community in a way that I had not expected because I didn't know in that there was a lot of stuff that happened in the moment that I didn't know was going to happen in the moment, and it was just you just kind of just let
There
go.
goes Frazier.
Ah, ah,
What is that? That was a historic moment, though.
yeah, like it was. But those letters matter. Shayla, you're right. They definitely matter. Really, 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 really. Oh, somebody said I was upset that the beat went off and I couldn't see. They said your name.
That was I take full responsibility for the speed going down, y'all.
You know what's amazing for me on this one, just to watch it, but then like we're sending out asking people to support, right?
Right.
And people send back their screenshots
Yeah.
of showing me that like, okay, we did what you said.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was a great moment. It was like it's totally on you, but I know for the team, it was a great moment
It was.
for all of us because it's like,
Yeah. I mean, I had to say that. Like, in the moment, I'm like, and I'm like, I can't just say I. It's so hard for me to say I because I know it's not just me. You know what I mean? It's like a whole team of us. It's a squad of us that just show up when we need to show up, man. And so, like I said, I appreciate y'all, appreciate the community, and my intention is to keep going and to really make y'all proud. Like, the, this is like the doors open and we walking in. So we can't celebrate in the end. Like we gotta really do the work now. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna be calling on everybody like I got y'all emails. Y'all sent them, and they published. So I know I got at least 98 emails from people I can call on. But then there's another, 40, 49, emails that came in, and I'm considering and mindful that I didn't see those. They didn't come directly to me, but I'll be able to get those because y'all know, I want to see it all and really understand, what we need to understand in order to have the conversations we need to have. And so
Right.
I'm looking forward to really continuing to my authentic self. It's so humbling to see how God used you. I was looking at my photo album, the stuff that I got
Memory lane.
Memory Lane, and I saw, top American history student, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like most respected student, and I'm like, wow, look at this journey. Like, look at this, like, just look at God, man. And so yeah, enough about me.
No, you know what? No,
Everybody got something from.
Because I've been talking. Go ahead.
Okay, so appreciate you, my brother John.
Yes, sir.
Definitely want to appreciate all the people who responded to the email. I mean, the request for sending emails.
That's right.
Because it really did matter. Community reports really did matter yesterday.
Absolutely.
And thank you for enduring.
Right?
Yeah. To go through this because in a lot of ways what was coming, but we knew this was coming.
Yeah.
We knew it would be a hard situation. So thank you for the work, man. Thank you, man. Thank all y'all.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Man, listen. I just gotta say, first of all, I just gotta respect and honor the fact that you stood up under the scrutiny. You're willing to continue to have a conversation about that because a lot of people be like, I did it, I mean, alone.
I'll say this real quick, Jab. There will be times when that will be my response because sometimes it's appropriate, and it's not that I did it or whatever, leave me alone, but it's because sometimes I'm about authentic dialogue and seeking to understand in order to be understood. And what I'm finding is some of these invitations, are not genuine invitations for dialogue. It's being invitations to try and,
gotcha moment.
Not even that. It's just disrespectful. They try to sun you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like just being mindful that if we're gonna talk, like we're gonna talk, respectfully among each other. You know what I'm saying? And so if I get if the spirit move me to be like, nah, this ain't the time. It's gonna be a reason behind that. But other than that, man, I'm open. But
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, but I am open. I'll keep going. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, I seen you stand under a lot of scrutiny yesterday, and I think the way you handled yourself was almost presidential, bro. Like
almost,
it was like you was right. I was like,
Morocco brothers.
Like, I know how it feels. I've been under the scrutiny before.
Okay.
And I know how it feels for you to stand in that fire, bro, and just remain calm and express your points. And, for you to, personally tell me that, it wasn't even scripted. It was just like I had to go off my gut.
Yeah.
And it was just, that's what the people needed to hear.
Yeah.
That's what we needed to hear. Obviously, that's what they needed to hear. And you excited because so many people you excited the voters block, bro. You really did.
That was the goal. Because I remember him saying when you called in, and you said, I don't really want to vote for it. I'm excited, man. You know what I'm saying? I was in here. I watched the Shane, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was so motivating. It was so normal and regular, but it was a motivating conversation. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate
for
it.
your
I was being real with my brothers. I was just me.
Yeah, that's important though.
Yeah, we allow each other to be vulnerable with each other. So that's what I think about, my brothers, man, for real.
Listen at that. We got black men talking about being vulnerable.
On the air live. He's like,
No.
y'all don't understand though.
but he's real
That's
deal.
what it be though.
These real dealers too now.
We talked about
Real
we
deal.
talked about earlier this week. What can how can you help a black man? And I said other black men.
I missed that. I missed
Yeah,
that.
I missed that too.
Yeah, we talked. Was it me?
You know, just me.
Oh, okay.
It was that day.
I apologize. I apologize for my frequent tardies.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this on the app.
Okay.
Now I've been working on my perfect attendance all year.
Yes, sir.
I'm kidding. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
But you can't just ready.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause see, it was one of them days, right? They didn't say what day. Grab your blazer. Grab my blazer.
Grab your blazer.
Grab the blazer.
Grab
The spirit move you to grab the blazer, but
Spirit. Hey, y'all, look. Listen. Y'all laugh, but I have heard that term
Oh my God.
so much in these past 2.5
When
weeks. The spirit moved, and the things that the spirit has been moving people to do has been amazing, and it's been phenomenal. And I can't even run the list. So yeah, you laughing and saying it, but I want y'all to we're not gonna disrespect the spirit.
No, we won't. We won't.
Because
Not
the
up in
spirit.
here.
So we making light of it. But if the spirit moves you to grab that blazer, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, follow the spirit when the spirit moves.
Thank you.
Because that's why I was elected to be council member, Muhammad, because I followed the spirit when the spirit moved me. And once I started doing that, everything else started moving.
The spirit with the movement.
Man, it's moving. And I want to say this before you start. I'm sorry.
no.
But I want to say this because we want to keep this going. Like the support that we have, the push that we have in our community, the way that we all rally together. I'm really looking to keep that going and begin to organize our community around this energy and this movement because again, in 14 months, that's when the term ends. And so after November the 8th, when the St. Pete municipal elections happen, I will know the actual election is going to be because this was an appointment to complete a term.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to run in order to stay in the seat.
Yeah.
So once we start to announce the campaign and we'll know when that's going to be, we're going to really need everybody to be on board and support the work. Yeah.
Now, so what we just saw is black men supporting each other on the air, right? And it's a beautiful thing. Y'all know I'm a big advocate for black men, right? And y'all just said on Wednesday, I said we were talking, and he said, "How can you help a black man? It's another black man because there's so much respect that black men for each other."
Right.
And a lot of times our brothers don't understand that everybody's looking for a mentor, but don't know how to ask for it, right? But then you respect other people. So when you're in that atmosphere, if you recognize it, know that you're guiding somebody and make sure that you're leading them the right way. Because black men listen to other black people.
True.
Right? Now, on this being said, I've worked for a lot of campaigns, right? I advocated for a lot of people. And I believed in a lot of stuff that they said out the years, but I can say honestly, this is the first time that I can say I believe on everything that Brother John Muhammad he's gonna do.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You believe everything you say.
No.
That's what I'm going to do. That's a big responsibility.
No, and let me
jump
say
on the
this.
air.
I'm gonna say this, and I know
Respect
that
them.
if it doesn't get done, it's not that you didn't do everything in your power
Right.
to get it done.
Right.
Because over the years, I think we've been probably in this circle for over 10 years now, right?
Feel like it, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And you showed up, showed out, and then you always your authentic self. Like if you think it's BS, you're not attending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you think it's worth your time, you're gonna give your time because one thing you can't ever get back is your time.
That's right.
Right? And what you do is give your time out to every cause that you feel worthy.
That's what you do.
And you give your time to
That's what
this
you do.
community.
Yeah.
And not only do you give your time to this community, you take time from your home team to make sure that everybody else is good.
Yeah.
And
It's the part that's hard, right?
and so with that, I appreciate you stepping out and doing something that you wasn't even comfortable doing.
Yeah.
But you knew that you had to do it because everybody else needed you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you look at something like that, yesterday we saw a great leader
Mm.
step up. And I always say there's a difference between a leader and a boss, and we have a leader in the building.
To God be the glory.
All right. And I'm gonna leave it like that because I can go on, but we appreciate it.
Did the sound get right, y'all? They were saying that the sound was off in the but I just want to make sure that it's
online?
Yeah, online. Just want to make sure that y'all can hear us okay. Put up in the chat or if it sound good, if it sound real good.
Right.
All right, so you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new 99 Years Morning Show, right here on 99.1 FM. This Saturday, we talk about what's good. We're doing the ribbon cutting for the Lift Station 87.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
Where we begin to really just have a conversation about the mural. So it's a whole story with that. I feel like y'all know I'm starting to get old because I got stories for everything. but 7 was had to be installed because of the the Department of Environmental Protection. So as a result of all of the water runoff and discharges, there was a lawsuit that said that they had to do something about it. Mm-hmm. One of the things that they had to do about it was put the lift station in to control wet water flows, severe weather. Mm-hmm. Because Childs Park is a high ground, a high area, it would be the perfect spot for this lift station. Mm-hmm. And so at first we was like, okay, why here? Why now? Why in my neighborhood? You know how it is. I was getting this stuff, but we realized that it had to be there. And the benefit of it being there to the community will be seen during severe weather phenomena. Mm-hmm. But what we said with us being us was like, okay, we didn't have this big, monstrosity of a building.
Absolutely.
Sight for sore eyes.
So we said, what can we do to, also add an element of beautification, to it, and work with the designer, work with the city, and we were able to reach out to the Jabari Reed Shine Mural Festival and others, and he painted the mural on the lift station. And
what's the name of it?
It's called Phases of Peace.
Phases of Peace. It's ironic. It's not ironic, but after we went to Snail Island, we went to other lift stations. We did some research, right? We went with the city crew.
Yeah.
And we look at
some feedback. Go ahead.
For me,
that's one of our Facebook.
But when the best things after going to Snail Island and the different places, looking at the different lift stations that's all around the community. If you don't know, there's a lift station somewhere near you.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. We learned that doing this research.
Yeah, because we were like, why is only over here?
It was for real. Show me the map. Right. I'm telling you.
We be ready to tell you it's a trauma.
It is a trauma. We apologize. I apologize to the city workers because it is a trauma response. Because the first thing I said, well, why y'all putting it over here?
Yeah.
But that's what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
No,
that's exactly what we here for. Stop.
You gotta ask that question.
Show me why.
Yeah.
Let's go do the research.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead. That's
stop. Drop. Shut it down.
When I say a trauma response, it's because we were like, y'all was like, hey, why over here,
trauma.
nowhere else?
It was.
Right,
it was.
and we think that when they do something, it is trauma. We may be wrong. We can.
No,
but what I'm saying is, when you think about it, you think that when they bring something over here, it's because they don't want it anywhere else.
That's how we felt.
Right, and so that's a trauma response because we think we did whatever they don't want, nobody else wants. So then the response was like, wait, why here? Nowhere else.
And it was so resounding. They said, well, it's one on Snail Island.
Listen, this way they took us to the one that's right in front of Snail Island. Like it was like just to show us. And I thank them for appeasing us and like saying, hey, y'all, be more comfortable. This is not. It's something we probably should have been had. Mm-hmm. See, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah,
right.
See, but
now we know it's supposed to be here.
Like, we supposed to be
here. So late.
That's why y'all just can't do it.
Why we didn't have it?
That's why my brain with the running. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
Okay, so listen, we're gonna pause for a second because we gotta go into democracy now. Please stay on for our Facebook live audience. And then we'll be back in about 6 or 7 minutes, okay?
You listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
He was very, very keen to be in London talking to colleagues. The Treasury would not say if his early return had been ordered by Liz Truss. It denied that it showed the Chancellor had now accepted the case for a significant U-turn on, for example, the issue of corporation tax. Financiers attending the IMF meetings believe a significant U-turn on the mini-budget is a done deal. The next few hours and days are likely to see significant economic and political developments.
The former U.S. President Donald Trump has dismissed the vote by a congressional committee ordering him to give evidence about the storming of the Capitol building in Washington.
Agape Souls Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulsboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Souls Boutique today.
About his role in fomenting violence on January 6, 2021. The committee's vote on Thursday afternoon capped what's widely expected to be its last public hearing. After headlines, will spend the rest of the hour playing extended excerpts of the hearing. The Supreme Court has rejected a bid by Donald Trump's lawyers to derail a federal criminal probe into whether Trump violated the Espionage Act and presidential records laws and whether he obstructed justice to cover up those crimes. On Thursday, justices refused to take up a challenge by Trump's lawyers to a lower court ruling allowing the Justice Department to use records marked as classified in its investigation into documents held by Trump at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. This week, reports emerged that a Trump aide told FBI he was ordered to move boxes of documents out of the basement storage area into Trump's residence at Mar-a-Lago. The FBI reportedly has surveillance footage showing the boxes being transferred. In North Carolina, 5 people were killed, including a police officer, after a gunman opened fire on a walking trail in a residential area of Raleigh Thursday afternoon. Police say they've arrested a suspect identified only as a white male juvenile who's been hospitalized. Raleigh's Mayor Marianne Baldwin spoke after the shooting.
We have to end this mindless gun violence that is happening in our country. We have work to do, but there are too many victims, and so we have to wake up.
A jury in Florida has rejected the death penalty for Nicholas Cruz, who killed 17 people in a 2018 mass shooting at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. On Thursday, Cruz was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after a single juror refused to recommend a death sentence. Under Florida law, death penalty cases require a unanimous decision. The life sentence drew angry reactions from family members who packed the courtroom. This is Ilan Mark Aladef, whose daughter Alyssa was among Cruz's victims.
I'm disgusted with the system. That you can allow 17 dead and 17 others shot and wounded and not give the death penalty. What do we have the death penalty for? What is the purpose of it?
Some Parkland survivors were against capital punishment. Cameron Caskey, who was 17 and a junior at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas at the time of the attack, said, quote, "The death penalty is barbaric and implementing state violence will not bring any of the victims back." He added, "Make no mistake, it's the politicians who support the gun lobby that should be held accountable for this," he said.
Listen, yeah. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
This King Jeff.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
Hey, this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that?
Yeah. But I said C to the D to the A to the T.
Baby. And,
He was ready.
I was ready Wednesday.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now let's go.
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's cool. It sounds good on the radio, but it's just not sounding as good as it needs on Facebook.
So,
and
I don't know why, because like over here it sounds perfect.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing on the radio. So 99jamstheberg.com. You won't be able to see us, but you can hear us real. So 99jamstheberg.com. I think that's what my wife is. She like to listen on the radio.
You know what? If you want to see us, this is what you can do. Put it on Facebook, cut the sound all the way down,
And turn the radio
and then turn the radio on. So there you go.
But no, I want to give y'all this because I always listen on the radio.
Yeah.
And it's experience because I grew up AM dial, FM dial was for the richer uppity folk. So listen, because the black stations were all AM
stations.
You know what I'm saying? St. Pete had maybe 3 or 4 black stations, all AM.
Yeah, yeah.
And then so to grow up and to be on the FM dial, that's something big.
That's true.
Man.
You know who was on FM? I remember when Kenny K was on 8.5. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's where we got our hip hop.
That's where we got our hip
I
hop.
was telling somebody I'm old enough to remember when hip hop wasn't like on the radio all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, it's
Gap Band and
it's a different respect when you tell people like you're on the radio and then you said FM station, they be like, oh,
yeah, for real.
And I'm gonna say to you, I don't want you listening to us.
No,
yes.
Why you is listening to something wrong? You ain't supposed to be in the car listening to us.
You in the car listening. Okay.
Hey, but I want to say this. Big shout out to 99 Jams Carol Festival Radio. This is a community radio station.
Yes.
This is the community, and we thank y'all for listening, but we need y'all support.
Really do.
Supporting this station is supporting black excellence.
Yes.
It is.
Greatness on the radio. So if you ain't necessarily in the black excellence, still support the greatness on the radio. This is greatness, entertainment, and education.
That's right.
Yes.
And it's also, let's talk about this day.
Okay.
So today, October 14th, it's the 287th day in the Gregorian calendar. 287 out of, so we got more days behind us than we got in front of us.
October done already, y'all. Just to, inform y'all, right?
Pretty much.
Did you say October done?
It's the 54th. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. Proceed.
This day in history, October is almost done. Rent is almost due.
Rent is almost due.
This day in history.
Or that check that you need to be to make sure that you pay that. Because I'm telling you, that's real. Because a lot of us are severely cost burdened. So you get them 2 checks. This might be that second check, that one you got to put together to try and.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, that one.
That's
you know that one.
I was just thinking about that check. That check you talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's like, okay, I know this the check that I got to really, That's right. That's right. But also on this day in history, this was the day U.S. President Ronald Reagan declared war on drugs.
What?
Yeah. It's some other stuff. We're gonna come back to it. So,
no,
we're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna.
No,
we're gonna come back to it. I was about to stop because
lean in.
Yeah, we're gonna lean in. So on this day, this is the day when U.S. President Ronald Reagan declared the war on drugs. The children's book Winnie the Pooh was first published, and the Norman conquest of England began with the Battle of Hastings. This is also National I Love You Day, and is celebrated on October 14th. So unlike Valentine's Day, it extends beyond just couples. It's a day to appreciate our families and our friends and anyone you hold dear. So we're here today to tell you that I love you because it's National I Love You Day.
I love y'all.
I love y'all too. I love y'all like that. Look, it's all love.
Look, Jabbar, I love you. Yeah, I love you. Fiona, I love you.
I love the callers and everybody.
You get love. You get love. You get love.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan in the war on drugs. Go.
Ronald Reagan in the war on drugs. This was something, y'all. I spoke about this. And I'm gonna speak about this more at Eckerd College. And I'm gonna speak about this more at Eckerd College. The war on drugs was really a war on black and brown communities. So when they say the war on drugs, they really mean the war on poor black and brown people, because those are the people that
we got
caller.
You're on the air.
Yes, hi, good morning. I want to just tip my hats to you gentlemen who are hosts of the 99 Jams morning show and breakfast club right here in St. Petersburg on the
hey,
Mr. 99 Jams.
Okay, and don't forget the lady.
Oh yes,
can't forget her.
Yes, and the lady, of course, the one and only lady, the lady of the house.
Yeah, that's right.
That's real.
You know something? I've been listening to the morning show, and I think Kiana is the spice of the show.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I swear.
She keeps your ears glued to the radio.
Yeah.
I mean, when she gets on the microphone, you cannot do that but listen.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Look how you smiling. Look how you smiling.
It's kind of hard to take that sometimes. Yeah. Thank you.
But I am calling in specifically because I want to personally congratulate your brother John
Mm-hmm.
for your appointment yesterday to the city council seat. I think it's D7.
Yes, sir.
And I think that is the work of the community coming together, right?
Yes.
To get
Yes.
something like that done. And like I think it was Keanu who said it. This is just a beginning, just a start. And it means that we have to continue to rally around each other in the community force and make sure things happen within the community. And it can only be done with community help.
Right.
And without the community, we just cannot accomplish anything.
That's right.
And so, Brother John, I just want to personally congratulate you
Thank you.
and let you know that we are right behind you, ahead of you, beside of you, everything.
I
Make sure
appreciate that.
that what needs to be done in the city of St. Petersburg and the area, the division that you're in, that whatever needs to be done there is done. And you get the support that you need. Because obviously you cannot do nothing. Nobody can do anything without you getting the support.
That's right.
And the support comes from near and far.
That's true.
Comes from, of course, your top leaders, the one that you are representing, answering to, and it comes from the people you are supporting, that you are representing. So we have to all come together as one force, as one people.
That's
and
right.
I believe in unity. Because without unity, we can't get nothing done.
I got a song about it. Want to hear it? Here you go.
I don't know what's the song.
At least want to hear it.
No, you supposed to just sing. I wasn't ready for my cue. I missed my cue, Mr. J. But thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
So, my brother, keep pressing on. I will press on with you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mr. J, before you go, I want to say thank you, man. Thank you for doing this, man. This radio station, allowing us to be on, because the work that you've done is a legacy for our entire citizen. I mean, our city.
Yeah.
Our city. I be making up words all the time.
City.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's only because of you, Jabbar, you and the rest of the community. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. J. Believe and do good. All right, y'all.
Okay, no, Ronald Reagan and the
Ronald Reagan.
roar on black and brown communities. Because this is what happened. They didn't lock up a lot of white people about crack cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
They locked up a lot of black people. So the original war on drugs was war on marijuana. It was a war on hemp.
Yeah, going back to like the early
30s, right?
Yeah.
And that was the first war on drugs. They locked black people up. They said that white people would sleep with black men. So that's why marijuana was made illegal.
Yeah, if you go back and you can see.
They said that it make us.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even repeat that mess.
And the other part of it, they didn't always call it marijuana. So when you talk about the war on black and brown, they changed the common name of it from, I think it might have been hemp. They was talking about.
It was hemp.
Or cannabis.
Cannabis and hemp.
It was cannabis and hemp. And so they stopped calling it cannabis and started calling it marijuana to give it a Mexican energy.
They try to go
brown, so like it was coming across the border. So now it's marijuana. Instead of cannabis, because it sounds more ethnic when you say
And if you ever see in the stores when they sell it now to make it, they say hemp or cannabis.
But see, hemp and cannabis are on two different things.
No,
hemp is like an oil in a back rub.
But you see how they switched it over here.
It sounds like you're kind of versed in this topic, Mr.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying when the opportunity does arise and there is like social equity marijuana licenses, I do want one.
Yes.
Burner is like the biggest weed seller ever.
Okay.
He got a social equity license in California.
Okay, gotcha. Burner, I'm not sure.
The cookies brand of marijuana. And we talk about this because the war on drugs was a misguided war on black and brown communities. That's what I'm here for.
Absolutely. And you talk about that. Well, I mean, the war on drugs was a real war.
Yes, it was a real war.
And
they still waging this war right now, just to be clear.
Yeah. But at the height of it, we saw that like after Ronald Reagan declared war. So it was like Nixon.
Yep, it was Nixon.
Like reignited it really in a real way. I think he might have he was the one might be the first one to kind of develop the policy
of the war.
And call it
a war. Yeah, that was Nixon.
And then in the 80s is when like it started taking off. And then Clinton,
they start building all them prisons.
And Clinton turned up in a way that we got to really talk about.
Everybody, but this is why I want to say this. And caller,
yeah, thank you. Caller, you on the air?
I was listening to Brother Jabbar point first.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, what I'm gonna say is because Biden has started to pardon federal marijuana charges, and so I told somebody we're witnessing the unraveling of the war on drugs. But the problem is the economic benefit of these new policies we're not getting no advantage of. So what I mean by that, they're legalizing marijuana. There is 2 marijuana shops down the road from the police station. How many black people have a marijuana distribution place here?
Right.
What they call it?
Dispensary.
But y'all call them the trap house, but
Yeah.
dispensaries.
That's what they is.
How many black people have dispensaries here in St. Petersburg, Florida?
Yeah.
See, and it's like a taboo subject to even mention this.
Right.
But it wasn't taboo to lock us up for marijuana for decades.
Right on. Call him.
Hey, I want to just clarify 2 things.
Thank you.
The difference between
Is this you?
cannabis. Yes, this is me.
Okay.
UB, what's up?
What's up? It's a difference between cannabis and hemp. Hemp, they stopped hemp because you can make anything like rubber and that. And the tire industry, they want y'all to, they want to lose money. So they lobbied against them and making it illegal so that they wouldn't grow hemp and make rubber, and then the rubber industry wouldn't go out of business or they wouldn't stop making money.
Right.
That's the first thing. Second thing, Ronald Reagan, the war on drugs. Now y'all got to be real clear with when something is declared a war, you can use defense fund money. You notice there's never a war on poverty because they're not going to use the money for that.
Right.
So they declared. So anytime you become a president or something, you'll declare something that's going to basically ain't got no end, and then you'll get robbing that money out of that.
Wow.
That's why they were so pissed with Obama when he said we gonna redo Medicare, because they thought he was gonna get money out of the defense fund or the Social Security fund like other presidents do.
Right.
And he kept saying, no, I take that, I gotta wait. And when he came out with Obamacare, you notice they just wanted to say no and repackage the same thing and sell it back to the American people.
Wow. Appreciate that. You always,
I'm telling you, you got to be our correspondent. I roving reporter on the street.
Oh, he already is. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Yeah.
No, you be always come in and we be like, we don't know. Somebody tell us. You be ready.
That's a little factor. Yeah.
It is, and I've never met you. Listen, I've never met you in person, right?
Yeah.
Ever.
I met you.
And maybe not that I know of, right?
He a ghost.
But you like Brother John, really, right?
That's what everybody said.
But
heard about him. Yes.
But the crazy part is, I still know his voice.
Yeah.
You heard? I'm like, this is you. To all the people who call, I'm good with voices, and I can kind of catch them to a degree. But you be one of those people. Thank you.
Don't worry, I know who you is.
Yeah, I know who that is. Oh, I know that's you. So no, it's not Lou Murphy. Lou Murray. That was caller's question. Good morning, Juan. I see you. Thank you. I appreciate the shout out. Good morning to everybody who's listening. Can people support us? And if so, how can
so here we go. Support. Here we go. Go down to the end of the page, right?
Yep.
And I might be talking loud, but I want you to hear. Go to the end of the page. First, I want you to press that share button. Share it. Second, go to the comment, tag some people.
I'm doing
right?
that.
Yep. I just what I'm doing too.
I'm following the directions.
And next, you will see this beautiful yellow star, right? Hit it. If you never donated before, sometimes Facebook give you your first 200 stars for free. Take them, send them to us. We appreciate it. Right?
I need all my free stars.
Then after that, you can purchase the stars. The stars are 1 cent.
Yeah.
The more you buy, the cheaper they are.
There
right?
you go.
And so, bundle deal. It's just like anything else,
It's
right?
a bundle, baby.
So what we say, if you like a comment, if you agree, if you disagree, but you just love us, send us some stars, right?
There you go.
And we have the thing right here that whoever sends the top stars every week, we feed you brunch at 22 South Food Hall, right?
Yep.
And if you don't send the most stars, we still want you to come out to 22 Brunch Food Hall and enjoy brunch with us on Sundays from 11 to 12, right?
We are the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Right.
It's only right we eat brunch at the breakfast brunch spot.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And I like the way you laid that infomercial out.
Yeah, you did. You got
for
that.
all of y'all out there. If you have a business, as her agent and correspondent, we can have her voice explain your business in the same manner and play those commercials right here on the 99.1 Jam.
Yeah, right.
Let's get it together, man. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's go.
Like how she just read that. And she didn't read it; she just know it. But she can read your ad for you, and for a small donation or contribution to the station, you can have Kiana actually read your ad. And so, yeah, please make sure that you do that.
So that's how you send the stars.
That's how you send stars. October 17th. Oh, but wait, I want to go back to Sunday.
But wait, there's more.
I ain't gonna even tell my war on drugs. I just say
War on drugs.
I will be another 25 minutes.
On the war on drugs.
But I was there in California when y'all. I know you watch Snowfall.
Yeah.
You watch Snowfall?
I've seen it.
I was living there then.
When that was happening.
When you think about I'm watching Snowfall, I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Me and my mama was living in Compton
when all this is happening.
Seen this happen.
Yeah, Freeway Ricky gang.
Right.
I seen the crackhead hoods.
Yeah.
I seen the effects.
Right.
I ain't seen Freeway Ricky, but
I get what you're saying. I seen it.
Dumping this cocaine in our neighborhood.
Yeah. I remember the effect when it happened here.
I do too. I'm telling you.
Because I had like one of my cousins who we really looked up to. He was like, the cool big cousin, and then crack hit.
And cuz wasn't cool no more.
He was still cool, but he wasn't the same.
He wasn't cuz.
He was always cuz.
No, I mean, like he wasn't cuz.
But I saw the change in him, and I saw the impact of that drug, on an individual and a family, and it was like, damn. But I didn't know what it was. I just remember like him going from like the cool cuz we always doing stuff with, taking us to the beach and hanging out with us and all of that, to like the cousins trying to like, hey man, you got a couple dollars, like he had done went to a whole nother social status that I was like, cuz, what happened? Later on, I realized that it was part of that epidemic, man.
And when we talk about the war on drugs, I think that they mishandled it, but it had to be something done.
Yeah, and that's when we talk about the debate. When we talk about
but no, I think because you correct. It's kind of like what's going on with fentanyl and
I was going to say that, but that's not a war.
Hold on, it is, but the meth, how they're handling it, because the crack didn't kill our community. Crack laws did, right?
Okay.
Locking people up for long extended periods of time for very minor things.
Right.
And then that made the community dysfunctional in a way, because you're kind of like taking the prime people at the prime time of their life out of the community, plucking. And so with the fentanyl, they're giving people, treatment. They're giving people, the stuff they need for the meth.
I say it like this: it was when it was a war on drugs and it was impacting us. It was criminalized.
Yes,
but now when it starts to impact other communities, we starting to see that it's not.
It's a
healthcare thing.
It is.
When it was a healthcare thing the whole time.
From the beginning, and so when you look at society, when they look down at like the ghetto, and then you go up to the upper, whatever, right? And you look at it, and then when you see somebody on drugs and it ain't affecting your family, you look down on them. It doesn't become a problem until your son or daughter is doing the same drugs that you look down at everybody else is doing. But if you stop,
like my cuz, that's
right. But like if you look at like a impoverished society, or when they say the people who don't have money and all this other stuff, and you look, so when you look at it, but when you look at them and then you look at the rich and they ride by and they be like, they put their nose down at them and they be like, they are the problem. But then when it happens to their children, they then now start to find a solution. But
you're right. That's what happened to Ronald Reagan, because I think his son. Go ahead.
But this is when they try to find a solution. But if we work all together, and if you stop that, when you see it happening before it get to your community, and then find the solution, it will never get to your community.
Yeah, it's that othering is what they call it.
Why was it a war on drugs?
Because
y'all don't realize, fiscally. The war on drugs was because we was starting to get rich when the rich people started using the drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's lock them up.
Yeah.
So the war on drugs was where it was racially biased, was 1 kilo of cocaine. This is a kilo of cocaine I'm holding up, y'all.
Yeah. Okay.
This in the laws by
that's actually a coffee cup.
Thank you for the visual, brother. So no, just for a visual. So this was the crack law. This is what was being. This is what happened.
We're not selling. We're not. No, I'm just saying we're not selling. We're not.
This is the day they started the war on drugs.
1 coffee cup of regular powder cocaine was equal. They made this equal to 100 kilos of crack cocaine.
Right.
So now when I go to get sentenced,
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell you how further they did, because with conspiracy they had what they call agitating factors. What's that? That's what. Because now I can take what he said I did and use it against you. This is not even what I was charged with. He used it. The dude over my confidential informant said you did it, so you did it.
Wow.
So that adds on. So now
railroad.
In the now that when they put you in the sentencing, so you get sentenced for 1.5 kilos of crack cocaine. That's equal to
like that 1 to 100. I think
it's
was
1
the-
to 100. That's
100 to 1.
Yeah.
100 to 1.
So that's 150
Yeah.
kilos
100 to 1. Yeah.
of powder.
Thank you, Shayna.
That's how you get sentenced, bro.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
This is
it's
the,
100
and
to
that's
1.
how. So this is how you got sentenced. So that was the wars, the disparity on sentencing. So now you out the hood, you hustling, but that little bit of dope that you got going to get you an extenuated sentence.
Exactly.
And these kingpins are coming,
100 keys.
and they're getting caught,
with less
and they're
time.
coming home in 5-7 years in their kingpin status. The federal government is catching vessels, not a boat.
Yeah, vessels. The whole thing.
With tons of kilos.
The whole haul.
With tons of kilos. And the captain to get 14 years. And everybody else on the boat get 5.
Right. Before you say this, I want to say thank you to all the listeners for following directions. Like I see the shares. I see the shares. I see the tags, and then I see the stars. Y'all went right in order.
I see the stars.
I see the stars, y'all.
Kudos to y'all. We appreciate it.
I do. So I'm gonna give y'all this here. The war on drugs. We're talking about because the day in history is when the war on drugs started. But what I want to tell y'all.
Ronald Reagan's version.
Yeah, the Ronald Reagan version of the war on drugs. But Ronald Reagan also was a part of the Contra affair, right? Oliver North, if anybody know, they say Oliver North fell on the sword for the president. And what does that mean? Because he could have snitched on the president. He was like the top general.
Yeah.
And they were
they
were trading guns for dope.
Yeah.
So all those keys that was coming over,
giving it to Franklin.
For real. The man said it. His number one connect was a DA informant for decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. When we say these things, like, it's based on research. It's been well documented. So check this out. A good book for that is The New Jim Crow. So if you want to really read about the war on drugs and really hear that, I think her name is Michelle Alexander.
Yep.
Y'all check me if I'm wrong. Michelle Alexander. She wrote a book called The New Jim Crow, and she talked about and compared she really just tracked the history of Jim Crow, and then how they could no longer call you the N-word, and so they started branding us as thugs, and thugs became the new N-word, and they can say thugs. And so language matters.
Yeah, it does. And Shayna say we listen sometimes, especially to people we like.
All right. Colin, what's on your mind?
Like you.
Caller, you live.
What's going on, man?
Congratulations
for joining again.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Damon Davis comedy.
Yeah, I hear y'all talking about the war on drugs.
Yes,
I heard you talking about the cousin, man. Yeah, I understand that about my cousin, because he got on crack. He was cool too, but he got on crack. That front tooth was the first thing to do. I don't know why that front tooth be the first thing to go. And I asked him what happened to his teeth. He was like, "Cuz, I think I smoked it." You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened.
Listen, that is not funny. We laughing at the pain.
No, that's what comedy do.
That's what comedy do.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're right. Before it left though, it started turning brown.
Yeah, it turned brown. I think he lost a vein, then he lost weight in his knees. All things went wrong with him, because man, it was crazy out there.
Yeah.
But hey, I just want to let y'all know, and congratulations again, brother. You're gonna do great things.
Appreciate you.
And October 29th, we're at Manhattan Casino, man, with the Harlem Night Style Comedy Show, man. All Scorpios get in free. All Scorpios get in free.
Okay.
$15 entry, man. Y'all come out, dress up, support Damien Davis Company, Harlem Night Style Company, Manhattan Casino, October 29th. Scorpios stand up.
Thank you.
All
That's
right.
what it is.
Appreciate you calling.
All right.
Can I say something real quick? Shout out to David. So he called in Wednesday, right? So let's go back to how you excite people to vote.
Yeah.
Right.
He called in Wednesday and he was like, "So how do I support?" So me and Kiana broke it down to him. So he said, I still need to register to vote.
That's my boy. I heard it.
That's my boy. That was the motivation.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it. I still need to register.
And I'll say this: mission accomplished.
Real.
Mission accomplished. Because when you talk about if there's one person that you can inspire, if he was that one person, then it's mission accomplished.
Well, you got 2 missions accomplished.
Yeah, and that's what we try to do.
Inspired.
You know what?
We really intend to turn up and do this. You know, it's a position and it's a platform. And as we're representing the people, like I understand the responsibility that come with that, and so we're gonna have a lot of fun serving our community, man. Y'all should be.
And you know what? Because you respect it on both ends.
Yeah.
On both sides. Like a lot of times you
one side.
You got one side because then somebody think you selling out to the other side, and then the other one like no.
Yeah.
But when it comes in, you kind of like the person that can pull them all together.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. But I'm not naive. I'm not thinking that everybody is happy. You know what I mean?
No.
And so but those who are, that's who we're giving our attention to, and that's what we're going to continue. We're going to continue to try and spread the love, spread the happiness, spread the joy, and just get people engaged in a way that we haven't seen recently in our city. So
because all we feeding is the good.
So with the war on drugs, again, making sure that you get that book, man, the new Jim Crow, check that out. And I remember Kurt Donnelly.
Kurt turned me on to it.
Kurt
he bought books. He bought books and handed out books for free. So Kurt was the president of Kona at that time.
He became later on, yeah.
I think he was during his presidency.
Okay.
When he gave me the book, when I got my book.
So I met Kurt, I think, during the Stop the Violence Coalition
STV 12.
We was doing STV 12, and we was having, and here's the thing, and Kurt's, white guy, right? He moved out to California. I hope he's still doing good. I think he might have just moved to Arizona.
Stay on top of not New Deal, but something different on Central.
Okay, yeah. He was on Central. He was a part of the Central.
He was the president,
the Central District. But Kurt came through, and he was a white guy telling everybody about the new Jim Crow.
Yeah.
So and it was like something that we didn't know about, but he was coming around
putting us up
on it because he's saying, y'all talking about stop the violence. We got to talk about the causes. And so he started like flipping the pancake. He flipped the pancake and started showing us some stuff about it that we didn't know.
It was a little uncomfortable at first because like, what Kurt keep talking about? And then we looked into it. We pulled the string.
And we was like,
oh my God. And it was so shocking. It was so shocking for me personally because I was just getting started with this community work. And for a white guy to come in with this book, y'all.
Yeah.
And it's like he wasn't just a regular white guy. He was kind of doing stuff. Yeah. He was like, y'all ain't see this? I'm showing everybody. I got a whole bunch of books. I'll give you one, Jabbar.
Yep.
Well, give me one. Let me see.
And now you read it. Hey, caller.
Hey, good morning. This is Kurt.
Kurt, what's up?
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Kurt, what's good, man?
No, it's another day. And actually, I moved to Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay. Okay, Area 54.
Okay, have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm hanging with the aliens and the cowboys.
I love that, man. How you been, man? You been all right?
I'm doing okay. I can't complain.
Yeah. So tell us, give us that overview of the new Jim Crow, man, and why this is something that's important to be talking about today.
Well, it's I've never seen an argument so well laid out to why things are the way they are today.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She starts off from slavery to when basically they just traded that out for putting people in jail for loitering. People ended up still working back for the same people before. It goes on and on and on. And if you don't have that basis in knowledge and history, then you can't understand how things are today. And for the average white person, they're like, well, why don't these folks just act different or whatever the deal is? It's because of opportunity. It's simple as that. And you just got to explain it to folks so they can understand it.
Yeah, man.
'Cause I don't think people are inherently evil or inherently mean or inherently, just wanting to hurt everyone else for the sake of themselves. I think they just don't understand.
Right.
Because it is stuff that's taught in school,
Yeah.
It's not stuff their parents told them, It's just the word still has to get out there. Anyway, I am so freaking excited for you being on city council. I think that's the coolest thing I've heard in a decade.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that, Kurt. And I'm just glad to hear your voice, man.
And just like he woke up early because he.
Oh yeah, you on the other side.
You're in Roswell, New Mexico.
Kurt, thank you so much for turning us on to that book. What made you go around and show everybody? Because I remember you coming to Charles Park and you had like 3-4 of the books, and handing them out to people. What made you do that?
Well, I just thought it was super important. I mean, I think the whole reason why people are struggling in certain neighborhoods and going through. I'm not awake yet, by the way. My caffeine really hasn't kicked in, so hang on. I got to find words.
Coffee ain't kicked in yet.
Yeah, generational poverty, all of this stuff, and it is unnecessary. It's wrong. It's someone says, well, I didn't do anything, and so well, look, if someone drops a bag of trash on your yard, yeah, you didn't do it, but you're responsible to fix it. So it's what it is. There's enough to go around. Everybody should be able to have a decent life. Everyone should be able to live in a safe place. Everyone should be able to walk outside and feel safe and comfortable and not have to be worrying about food and electric bills and stuff like that. We just need to stop hoarding at the very top, and we need to stop making it hard for people to succeed in life. That's all.
Real deal. Well, look, man, I'm gonna let you get your coffee. We're gonna get on with it. But I inbox the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Put your number in there. I don't know if I have your new number, but I want to give you a call after this, man. I just want to catch up.
No worries. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
And you know what was good about Kurt?
Check it out. Just look how that happened, though.
Yeah, we talking about
we manifesting instantly.
But you know what he did? A lot of times he started with himself. You know,
but you're right. You're right. The man in the mirror.
You start with yourself, because a lot of times people like to pass them up and be like,
"Oh, that ain't me."
Oh no, or see the problem and then go to somebody else
Y'all
and tell them to
fix
fix it. Like, no, I'll start to work.
What y'all doing about that?
Right.
What are you doing?
What y'all gonna do?
What are you doing?
Be the change you want to be.
What are you doing?
A couple things is happening, and then we're gonna do an Ask Kiana, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay. October 17th is this St. Pete Works Collaborative. October 17th, that's Monday. So St. Pete Works Collaborative, which is led by St. Pete College in partnership with the City of St. Pete, the Pinellas County Urban League, PERC, and Pinellas Technical College, will be presenting the 24th Annual Career Expo and Showcase of Services. The event is free to the public and will be held from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Pinellas Technical College, the Childs Park campus. Y'all heard that?
The Childs Park campus.
Yeah, you heard that. More than 60 social service agencies will be there, along with helpful resources like on-the-spot interviews, education and employment assistance, mobile medical services, resume help. I was going to say resume, clothes closet, voter registration, education, expungement information. So we're talking about returning citizens, expungement information, ID assistance, and more. There's also a Get Hired St. Pete Career Fair that will be happening on October 19th from 10 a.m. to 3 at the same place, the P-Tech St. Pete Childs Park campus. We actually gonna have Scamp come in on Monday. He's gonna talk about that.
So real quick too, y'all out there listening land, if y'all got any teams that want to work,
there you go.
These same flyers that we got, man, I'm putting 2 people to work, man. We out here Saturday. I need 2 people. I think we go roll for probably about 10 to 6, 8 hours.
Yeah.
And we don't have y'all will at least pay, $15 an hour, maybe more, man. Let's do it.
Wait, hold on, say that again. I perked up.
I need 2 people, man. We go get these. We got to get this info out to the community about this job fair.
So King,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, I want to put that out there on the Breakfast Club.
I appreciate that. Okay.
So see y'all. I know y'all got. Just your behind up and call King. They go inboxing.
The people's champ.
Yeah.
Voice of the people. My bad. The voice of the people.
You ain't doing nothing, no way.
Oh, and then what I do want to say is, thank you to all the organizations that's putting these things together, Urban League, because these job fairs and these career fairs are very important, because a lot of times the resources don't make it all the way to the community.
And you know what? The job fair on the 19th, they have childcare on site. So listen,
bring your child in.
Bring your child. They're gonna help you do resumes. They have like the head departments that's actually gonna be hiring. You can get hired right then.
I need my resume done.
Right, they're gonna help you with that. There, right. Also, these are not only just jobs that you're getting careers.
Yeah.
So this is something that you can start and then feed your families for the whole lifetime, right?
Carla B says she got you too, bro.
So
She got some
just
teams for you.
just FYI, come on out.
Yeah.
FYI, bring it out on.
And y'all remember, this is Monday and Wednesday next week.
So yeah,
because people don't be knowing. Oh, I forgot. No, it's Monday and Wednesday. So get out there and get together, man.
Right.
That's real,
You're
bro.
so right, because you say October 17th. You think we got time?
No, it's next Monday and next Wednesday. It's two events.
Yeah,
because you need to be to both.
That's true.
If your opportunity to go, you put as many opportunities in you might can pass over opportunity for a better opportunity.
There you go.
So do both.
Level up.
And then they have the youth summit.
Okay.
On the 20th. Let me find
October
out.
20th?
Yes.
Oh, it's a lot happening.
Yes,
There's a lot going on. We're gonna put everything we got on the St. Pete community calendar.
Yeah.
St. Pete community calendar on Facebook. So go like the page and follow the page. Match what they call notifications, so that when we post on the St. Pete community calendar, you'll see it, and the new community events will be there.
Right. So Thursday, at the foundation,
Foundation for Healthy St. Pete.
Yes, it is. Yes, and so that will be there on Saturday. The 20th. That's Thursday.
Man, don't you be doing that to people?
No, I said Thursday. No. I was thinking Saturday, but it's Thursday.
Look at Brother John. Don't look like that.
Everybody messes up.
I do it all the time.
Throw the flag on the plate.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
No, correct me when I'm wrong. Don't leave me out here.
Because you're going to get me when I'm wrong.
No,
I know.
Yeah, you looking at your calendar trying to find October 33rd.
It's a Wednesday.
On the
30th, you need to be there.
On the 33rd, mark your calendar now.
You need to be there. I'm gonna be there early.
That's why I love you, though.
Just make up a day. No, but I'm with all. We got a lot of stuff coming up, like the city does. So we'll keep you informed throughout.
Yes, and we're planning a lot of stuff because there's going to be a community law fest in Mama T's honor at the Healthy Foundation of St. Pete. In the law fest, if y'all remember, where the people can come out and get help with their legal issues and get resources.
Right.
So if you or somebody you know is an attorney, or you know some attorneys that could help us out, this is happening in November.
Yeah.
So make sure you reach out to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and if you got some charges, you got some legal questions you want to have, be prepared, because when the registration link comes out, you can register and be there.
And when this gonna happen, man?
This is gonna happen November 14th.
Cause I think I found me a new passion, man. I think I told I'm finna go back to school and be a paralegal, bro.
Yeah, me too. We can go together.
Come on,
We can be school buddies.
I think I'm finna rock.
No,
with,
I'm taking mine online.
Yeah, it's back to school though. I ain't gonna go in the class.
I'm taking mine online.
You ain't finna get
I'm taking mine online.
with the jits.
Just chill. I'm taking mine online.
You need one of the courses that you do it at your own pace.
They put them in the classroom.
I need to go.
When you put them in the classroom, that perfect attendance is gonna kill them.
It's gonna be tough.
Oh my God! It's all love.
It's all in love.
Oh shit!
All right, let me recover. I gotta recover. All right, so you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. If you'd like to support the program, this will be a great opportunity for y'all to send some stars. Send in the star right now. Hattie, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let's do Ask Kiana.
Okay, go
Right, so, it's in the stomach hurt. All right, so dear Kiana, my husband of many years is lovely and sweet every morning. But after drinking, which he does every day, starting around 4 or 5 o'clock, his personality changes. I have to be extremely careful of every word I say, or I will be the recipient of his sarcasm and or anger. So I'm anxious and worried every evening until he goes to sleep, which fortunately is very early. In the morning, he expects me to be happy and cheerful as if nothing went on the night before. I've tried to discuss this with him, but it doesn't help. After years of this, I have become depressed and will really appreciate your advice.
So this is really hard because I never want to give advice to tell anybody to leave their spouse. But this is a form of abuse.
You read my mind. I've been doing this too long.
This is a form of abuse. And what happened is we end up sitting in this thinking that it will get better. And unfortunately, there's sometimes you can't help people who don't want to help themselves. And also what happens is, people only do what you allow them to do. And when you allow people to disrespect you for so long, it's hard to correct that action. So I can't tell you how to help him, because you had to stop it at the beginning.
Right.
You had to let them know that you wasn't putting up with that from the jump start and then being harsh. But a lot of times we put up with things hoping that it'll get better because we don't want to lose that person. And we think that if we give them tough love, we lose the person that we love. But I will tell you what happens is losing them may be hard, but losing yourself is harder.
Ooh.
Right?
Big bars. Losing them may be hard, but losing yourself may be harder.
It is. Wow. It's going to be harder.
Wow. And what I mean, hearing that, she says, I become depressed and would really upset. So that's a part of that loss.
You lose yourself.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to distance yourself from someone to make sure that you're healthy. You have to put your mask on first. Wow. And right now, if you're anxious, you're depressed, you can't be the best you. And you can't even help them in that situation. So, like I say, I hate to tell people to leave, but you have to do something that's going to give you back your sanity, something that's going to give you back your joy. And you removing yourself from that situation may be the wake-up call he needs.
To get the help.
Because right now, he knows regardless of what you do, you're there. You're the crutch. You're the drug that feeds it, because he knows regardless of what he does in the morning, you're going to be right there. He can love you in the morning and then abuse you at night, and that's not cool.
Wow. That's heavy.
Don't nobody want to drop no verses after.
No, this is what I was going to say. Listen, my first thought was find someone else before you lose yourself. Find somebody else.
I put the one and only Carla B say alcohol is a drug. He needs help.
Yes.
Yeah.
But her walking away might be the help that he needs, because now I don't have anybody to abuse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it is like when you was reading it, this is repetitive every day. This ain't something you're doing on the weekend.
Right.
Some people function in alcoholism.
Right.
No, that's right.
Some people function in their drug addiction. Like they call them functionable alcoholics.
Yeah, functioning addicts.
You know what I mean? And functionable. So I agree with Kiana 100%. It's totally abuse.
And it's a conscious choice that he's doing to be mean.
Don't abuse yourself.
What is it though? Because he said his personality changes when he's drinking. Is he aware of what he's doing? Like, he probably think he's just drinking.
No. So I'm not a drinker.
You don't even remember sometimes.
No. I'm not a drinker.
I'm not
no, you can get that drunk that you don't remember, right? But I'm not a drinker, but I have been drunk before, right?
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
And what drunk does is make you say F it. Right?
Sometimes.
The things,
Sometimes.
a lot of times, like the things that
it heightens your emotions.
Right. And when you would then make a conscious decision not to be mean, the alcohol be like, she'll get over it, and then you just be mean. It's like the devil and the angel on your shoulder. Something's telling you to do it, and you listen to the devil. So it's a conscious decision to come in there and be mean when he's drunk, because it heightens it.
Yeah, if you ain't mean when you're not drunk, so maybe homeboy needs to go to AAA.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? Go talk to somebody. Like for real, go talk to somebody. You know, maybe get in a group setting, or maybe do a solo. Talk to a psychiatrist by yourself. But if the group setting don't help.
This letter is not. He didn't write in the letter.
Yeah.
To be honest, she wrote it, and she asked what she could do.
Yeah.
Right? To make sure that she's okay.
But she might not have suggested AAA. You get what I'm saying? She probably ain't suggested. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
If you're in an abusive situation and you love somebody, the first thing you do is try to give them solutions.
Right.
Because you don't want to be abused and you don't want to see them going down that path. So I can guarantee she done tried to say something, but you can't talk with him when he's drunk, right? Because have you ever said something to somebody? It's hard. When you're walking on eggshells with somebody and you don't know what to say, and that's a terrible situation to be in.
You need to wake him up with that mean. We need to talk as soon as we get up.
Yeah,
You know, man don't want to hear that. As soon as you we need to talk.
Oh, see, you sober? Come on.
But abusers know how to manipulate.
Yeah.
Right? So when they're in a good mood, they will flip it on you. When you have the conversation, a lot of times you come in there and try to be calm and you be like, yo, like your drinking is getting on. Oh, so what you saying? I'm a drunk? No, but you know, so
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But I'm gonna end it right there because we gotta land the plane.
That's
right.
We
That's
do.
right.
So man, it's been an amazing ride. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody who supported the campaign over the past couple of weeks and really over the past decade, because it was just a culmination of some stuff that I didn't see this in the future in the cars, but I mean, y'all kept pushing, kept supporting, and this is where we landed. And so continue that push, and let's see where we go from here.
That's right.
Final thoughts.
My final thought. Thank y'all so much for everything. Let's keep the work going. And I'll see y'all this weekend. We're gonna be out there in the streets. We're gonna be at Car Model. We're gonna be canvassing. So if you want to get involved, if you want to do something, reach out to Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. We have volunteer opportunities. You can get some community service hours.
Yes.
You can get some experience on a future career. Get with us, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Inbox us, and I'll call you back.
Oh, so me. He was riding that thing and broke my back. So check this out. I want to thank my brother John.
Appreciate you,
man. He called me last night and told me thank you. That was crazy to me. But that's just how my brother.
That's
but
that guy.
I appreciate that because you know how they say iron sharpen iron, and in these last 3 to 4 weeks, I appreciate him allowing me to sharpen his iron because I'm calling, I'm asking questions, I'm giving him my rebuttals, I'm on him, I'm sharpening the iron, bro. Like I'm really thinking about it. Like when the whole process happened, it was like we got it yesterday. Man, I laid down on the floor and went to sleep. I was exhausted, just mentally. I was done, like for real. Like, and I appreciate just allowing me, man, to sharpen the iron because the way you represented the entire community of St. Pete, man, was just wonderful yesterday, bro. I appreciate that. And one more thing, I'm gonna allow them to discredit all that work we done before this. Because wait till they see what we're gonna do next.
All right, there you go.
Y'all got it. I'm gonna let y'all get that, bro.
Wait till you see what we're gonna do.
So my final thoughts, really quick, is gonna be a tad bit different. I want to say thank you to my team. Right?
Oh, thank you.
And let me tell you why. It's because I came in here this morning and I really was feeling some type of way.
Because we want to hear.
No. It was really personal. And y'all have lifted my spirits. A lot of times we gotta put a smile on our face when we just don't have it in us, right?
Yeah.
But y'all allow me to like be in a better space for real. So I want to say thank you. So today is like I love you day. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
And you don't know how much that means to people because you never know what they're dealing with. So take the time out, say I love you to someone, give somebody a hug, just in case you just never know what they're dealing with.
Right.
Be the change you want to be. Write down those 5 things, at the end of the day so that you can appreciate life.
Yeah, and I've been holding this one the whole day. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, and I witnessed that. National I Love You Day. So Sunday, October 16th, is my wedding anniversary, and so I want to tell my wife in the presence of the rest of the world, I love you. Look, I'm saying I love you, and we talk about sacrifices, and so. We were talking about the plans and things that we were going to do. I don't know how to just not take this call, but caller, we done. And so, sorry about that. But just knowing that we talk about National I Love You Day and sacrifices, we were making plans for what we would do on our anniversary and our wedding anniversary. And she was like, we talked about brunch. So we're going to be at the brunch on Sunday. So we're going to have anniversary brunch. And also we're inviting people to come over. There's been a lot of people that's been calling. I haven't really been able to take as many calls as I like. So if you want to come by and hang out with us, we'll be at brunch on Sunday at 22 South. That's going to be like the prelude to the celebration of my wedding anniversary. I'm trying to think of which year it is, but I stopped counting. But it's 20 something. So my 20 something anniversary. But I just want to let y'all know that we appreciate y'all, sweetie. I love you, and I'll be seeing y'all soon. It's the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
King Jab.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmond.
Yeah, we out.
Be a leader. Be an innovator. Be a change maker. Be a champion. Be limitless. with Pinellas County Schools.